Okay, we back. I ripped the engine apart. She got the tear down. And of course, you can't do anything without a little disappointment. Our 468 quickly turned into a 396 402, especially after we cleaned it off and got to the casting numbers. So, we got a blown 396 or 402. Anyway, we ripped it apart. It's had a couple of issues that I thought it had on it. If you look at this lifter, you can see what it's supposed to look like. And here's what this one looks like. And all the bearings are a little hashed out. We got some metal that went through them, so we got scratches and shit. They're all being replaced. We are waiting for them to show up. So as we suspected though, we had a flat cam lobe. You see this lobe is almost completely gone compared to the rest of them. So that was the issue with that engine. And also when we pulled it apart, if you look at the heads, cylinders 2 and 1 were rusted the fuck out. So the pistons were stuck in the bores, which we got out. The bores are fairly clean. Come on up here. Bores, I mean, we just lightly honed it. We still have to give it a nice fucking scrubbing. Clean everything up. I'm waiting for parts. So once the parts get here, we'll get to all this. But that's the main thing, is we disappointedly do not have a fucking 40 over 454 or 30 over 454 even. We have a 40 over 396. And yeah, with, like I said, fucked up bearings. Cam and the lifters are shot. Only one of the lifters, or two of them are really not. I think just the one actually. Other than that, that's the basics on that. Let's give you a quick rundown on the car. Here she is, stand back a little. Here she is with her front wheels on. We tried putting the slicks on and they don't fit. Tried getting the slicks on there, they don't fit. So we'll put a steel shot of those. I'm going to end up shortening the rear end and have to notch the frame a little bit. So our 27 by 10 Hoosiers end up being 27 by 13 once they're mounted and balanced. So here this is. Let me pop the head. I've done a little work under there. Not much. I'm going to pull these wheels off too when I get back, but I'm not going to leave them out in the alley. We've ditched quite a bit of supports under here. If you remember what it looked like last time, we had this support on both sides plus a bunch of bullshit. And we kind of cleaned up our A-frames because you see how the A-arms are all blown out and hacked out. See that blown out hole in it? Looks like shit. So we just got it, opened it up, cleaned it up a little bit. We still have a long ways to go with her, but here she is in the rough draft. We took out the heater box, which I'm going to, there's not much room to be worked with there, but I am going to build a battery box there. I'm going to try to stuff 2 batteries in there. Get rid of this. We can get rid of that support, and then I'll clean up this A-frame. Okay, so that's that, the basics of that. Okay, so let's go on, and we got the basics of it. Now, of our 30 days, we probably have a day and a half worth of time on it. So we'll subtract 3 days worth of time from our schedule, but we're still going to hold off on it until all of our parts get here. We have about half the parts that showed up, and once everything gets here, then we'll just do a thrash build on it. 27 days. All right, let's go inside and look at some parts. Okay, here we is. We're back. Here's the wheels I had made for the back. They're still 10 inches wide. with our slicks mounted on there. I just wanted to make these first, and we need street tires and wheels anyway, but we're going to hit the track with these guys to begin with. I'll get a set that matches, or excuse me, a pair that matches the front as soon as I get everything fit under the ass end. Okay, and then here's a box full of shits that we got. Have to excuse the mess, we just replaced the carpet in the house today. We have this guy for the distributor, which, I mean, you see what it is. So many of you would know what it is and what she does. It's the Pro Billet MSD, ready to run. Doesn't need any fucking 6AL boxes or any control boxes or anything. Alright, so here she is, all pretty. You can see it's the low profile. Obviously we had to get something to go behind the supercharger with the low profile on it. So there it is. And then we'll have to, we should have, I'll have to look at it. I forget exactly. This is the same one we have in one of our other projects, which I've never introduced to you guys. So you will see that soon enough. But for now, there that is. Just what we need to get us started. We're going to take this and these calibration kits and our 2 carburetors out to Marty Stromberger. We'll have them adjust the curve advance and do what he has to do with the carburetors. Now we have 2 600s, and he says that in boost applications on a Roots blower, 600s tend to run lean. So what you want to do is use the calibration kit for a 750 carburetor, and that'll get you right where you need to be. So there we are with those. We have a gasket set. As I said, we have a new timing set out there, but I chose to run something different. Because the superchargers at low idle, sometimes you're going to hear a knock from the gears and the rotors. When the load comes off of them, they might make some noise. So we just put this in there just to make a little bit more noise. Get rid of that knock if there is any. And then this, I would imagine, is our high volume fuel pump, which I should actually send to Joshua and have him make sure that everything's good. The last few pumps that I've picked up have had an issue with the bypass valve being rusted open, so it'll just let all of the oil pressure. It keeps pressure for about 3 seconds and then it drops pressure immediately. And we got a set of rings over here and an oil pickup. So not much here. We're still waiting on cam pistons and all of our bearings, which will be here. Oh, I got one more thing that did show up though. Hold on. We got us our headers. So we got long tube headers, just did hookers. So here they are. So splendid, we're so excited. So there's the start of that. Like I say, as soon as all of our parts get here, we'll do our 27-day slash build now. We only have a day or so worth of time into it, but we'll just call it 3. And then just to be fair, for any of the naysayers out there, but we'll make this happen. We got a torque converter over there too. I forgot about that, but I'm going to send it back because it ended up not being a nitrous torque converter or nitrous. So we need to send that back and swap it out. But other than that, there's the quick update on the 79, and I'll get back at you guys when I have more parts.